think New England beats Buffalo, right? I don't think that. Sounds like maybe you do, but definitely reasons why I think they could cover is Buffalo has played two big games back to back. They had to travel all the way to California, then came back and played a big, I would assume, emotional game, against the Lions. Buffalo's wanting to kind of show, like, hey, don't forget about us, NFL. It's always natural for teams like this to travel that much to have a letdown game, and it's a divisional game on top of that, where the games are always closer. It sounds like maybe you think they can actually win. I don't. I wouldn't bet it,
if the game was, I would buy into this a little more if the game was in New England, but I just think that's going to be too much of a layup at home against the Patriots. I can't get on board.
I try to go into these bets thinking this is an upset that could happen, and this is the first time. I mean, we've done this segment 3 times in a row now. This is the first time I thought, like, let's take a team. I'm reversed over here. Let's take a team that has a chance at covering. Like, I'm with Markus. He said they could cover. I think there's a really good chance they can cover. And now I'm actually doing a little Trump hand gesture over here. But the reason why I think they can cover, the spread being 14.5, it's projected to be 3 degrees, okay? Like, that's not going to be a throw-it-all game. And they played in a dome last week. The Bills did. So I think that whole thing is I just can't. I get it. I get reversed from over here. So yeah, I'm definitely for the cover on this one. And like I said last week, if you guys remember, we got Marty laughing over here. I'm out of it, but I said take the Saints. You guys all said I was crazy, and I was wrong. Okay, but I was one play away from being right, and Marty was kind of on it, but I was like, no, it could happen. Now Zach, his Washington Commanders, I get it. Sorry, I don't know why I just can't stop the hand motion.
I will say this for everyone that's watching the show, Jason is actually making all of this visual stuff happen while he's actually part of the show. So Jason not knowing which way to go on camera, we'll give him the pass on that. But I know Zach sometimes, like which team do you like to win this game? And I'm sure Zach thinks the Bills will win this game. But when you get a little juice on the other side, and some of these games really come down, to a chance. And I've seen bets where people just always bet on the underdog, and they come out in the green because a lot of these games, it's the NFL. Like, any team can pull off a win. And
Divisional
the Patriots,
game.
their quarterback's been looking better.
Sometimes you want to bet on the team that you think is going to lose. It just depends on the odds. So, based on this plus 700 line here, what do you think the percent chance that the Patriots win this game is?
I would say around 15.
Yeah, I think 15 is a fair number.
15?
15
Eric,
to 20.
30? So plus 700 means that, if I do the math right in my head here, you need a 12.5% chance. If you think there's more than a 12.5% chance that they win, you bet the Bills money line here.
Wow.
Everyone does.
I don't even know math, Zach, but thanks for proving it to us. Moving on to the next bet, which I also know you guys
Technically, I didn't prove it, but
I'd like the Saints money line over the Packers. They came off a really close game, and I know you're going to say, hey, Saints are terrible, and they might be terrible. But they really came together in the second half. They really did. They put it together. I know the Commanders played a great first half. They built a big lead. I think they were down 18 points, 17 points. Zach, you know, how much were they up at the end of that?
So here's the question. Did the Commanders play a great game? Because I thought they played terrible.
And they played a good half. They played a good half.
I think the Packers are absolutely going to crush the Saints. It's the same thing, though. Does you have at least a 12.5% chance? If I had to bet between the Bills and the Saints, I would take the Bills.
I like the unknowns with Rattler. You guys are all on that.
No, I agree with Zach on that.
I'd much rather take Drake May than Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. The Saints' biggest issue is I don't know how they're going to score.
It's really going to be that cold?
If you think...
it's going to be cold. Yeah, it's for sure going to be cold.
Defense. Well, it's going to be cold in Lambeau, too, I guarantee you.
I like the Bills more. I like the Patriots more than the Saints. But all the games this week suck. They all suck.
To me,
I prefer
my deep underdogs to be at home.
We're betting on the Patriots of
Good
all
thing
our
you're not getting
those
those plus 700 odds if you're at home.
There's no good odds for the games this week. I mean, these were the 2 700s or whatever, but almost every game is like within the like plus 180s and 190s. Like, I mean, there's no like good mid-range underdogs to take.
The next game that we're going to talk about, I think, is a good bet.
Okay, this could
Marcus, let's talk about it. Which teams are
Marty and I are both on the Steelers. This line doesn't make sense to me. The Steelers just beat the Ravens a few weeks ago. If Pickens is out, obviously that's going to really hurt the Steelers. But the way the Steelers are playing, especially on defense, they should never be this big of an underdog. The Ravens had trouble stopping the Giants. The Giants had the ball, I believe, all the way down at the 1 yard line and didn't score. They had another opportunity where they went for it on like 4th and 2 at like the Ravens 40-ish yard line. Didn't get that. Like Giants were a couple of plays away from like making that a 1-score game, and it looked a little bit more lopsided than it really was. So to me, this line doesn't really make sense unless there's some big injury I don't know about. I know T.J. Watt maybe got hurt a little bit at the end of the last game.
Yeah, that's the one that I wonder about is T.J. Watt.
Well, he was on.
If Watt's not playing,
go ahead.
Was he on McAfee?
Well, JJ was on McAfee, and he was saying that he's not going to be able to put as much pressure on that foot. I mean, he could just be saying that, but
yeah, I mean,
Watt, you need to be able to put the weight on there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's Steelers Ravens. These games are always close. I don't think the Ravens are playing amazing. Their defense, like I said, against the Giants didn't look very impressive. And that, the Giants are putting out nothing on offense. They shouldn't score any points. So for me, plus 235, Steelers look like a really good underdog bet. Right, Marty?
Yeah, you're going to more than triple your money, and you get to bet on a Steelers team. I mean, they're on the road. They're playing a great Ravens team, and the Ravens, they obviously are favored here, but at plus 235, I think I love the Steelers.
So breaking down all three of these games, I think we're all on the side that Steelers are the most likely to make this team.
Well, there's obviously,
then the Saints. Then the Patriots and the Saints. I think how I see these three games. I think Zach's on the same page.
I'm on the same page. I agree with those rankings. Right. And I'm not basing it on like the Steelers are most likely to eat the upset. I mean, that's like how much I like the bet based on the odds.
And the Steelers just beat the Ravens a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they did a few weeks ago. Yeah.
So that's.
But that was in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a great home team, so that's why the odds are where they are.
If you're going to pick on a team to cover the spread, though, you're taking the Patriots. Oh, what, Eric?
Just on spread. Well, I mean, I'm talking money line, but yes, spread. Yeah. Okay.
You're taking the spread. I think the Patriots spread.
Well, what's the spread for the Steelers? The Steelers, I think I would probably like the Steelers spread to cover. Yeah.